Okay, so hello everybody. This is Langstarr Studios here, and today I'm gonna just be chatting it up with my good friend Navy. We're just gonna be talking and having a good time, talking about Godzilla and dinosaurs and whatever comes to mind. Say what's up, Navy.
Hello, everyone.
Yep. Okay, so we were actually having a discussion before I started this, and we were talking about King of the Monsters and stuff like that. So,
And
what
he
else?
means the 2019 film and not the 1956 film.
Oh yeah, I gotta specify that too. Yep, the legendary film. So yeah, we were talking about like where kaiju would have died at in that movie. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
So um, what honestly had to be your favorite battle from that film?
It's it's gotta be Mothra versus Rodan.
Oh, for real? Honestly, I
Yeah,
enjoyed like the first half of the Boston battle with Godzilla and Ghidorah. Like before Ghidorah eventually got the
upper hand.
that. No, I wouldn't say that. Like before he bit into like that generator that caused him to like do that whole gravity beam light show out of his wings.
Yeah, wing lightning.
Yeah, the gravity wings. But yeah, that I think that I definitely enjoyed that first part of the Boston fight. I'm not gonna lie though, there is actually like a couple of scenes that where you see like the monsters in the background that I wanted to see more of. Like there was this shot, like the shot of Madison running back home after
Yeah.
Emma Russell and Mark Russell realize that she's going home, and you see
Hmm.
Ghidorah like land in from the sky onto Godzilla. I really want to see more of that, cause like that honestly looked like a cool shot in my opinion. Just seeing Ghidorah land on top of Godzilla like that.
We do have uh uh we do have deleted scenes.
I don't think that was a deleted scene though. That was just. I don't think that scene would have had deleted scene. Either way. I just think that because if that was a deleted scene, I think it more so would have just been an extended scene. But
Uh
I don't think that would. I don't think that scene had. I don't think any of the monster scenes had deleted scenes. It was only just the humans.
uh what about the deleted scene about Madison walking up on Ghidorah's tooth?
Huh? Wait. Okay. I'm not going. I didn't see all the deleted scenes for King of the Monsters, so I do not know about that one. You said
Yeah,
she walked on Ghidorah's tooth, and this is a King of the Monsters deleted scene.
yeah. Uh, Madsen was backing up, and she accidentally stumbles upon Ghidorah's tooth.
Like, was this in the Arctic or?
The Battle of Boston.
Oh shoot. Well, I gotta look that scene up now. I gotta see where that might be at. Oh, speaking of deleted scenes, what you think about all the Godzilla 2014 deleted and extended scenes that have been coming out? Like, there have been a lot found of that film.
They're very interesting.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that some of them could have been left in all honesty, even though like it wouldn't have changed the runtime that drastically, since it's just split-second scenes half the time.
Mhm.
But like the one with Sarazawa on the aircraft carrier, and then he just sees Godzilla. Not he sees, but he just looks out on Godzilla swimming next to them. I think that would have been a good shot to have left in this film. Cause with Godzilla 2014, what it definitely does better in my opinion than the other MonsterVerse films is really represent the size and scaling of the Titans. So to have that
Yeah,
shot in the film, that would have been really cool.
yeah.
Like
I don't know
honestly,
why they deleted it.
I'm not sure. It's probably just to save up on runtime. You know, a lot of times deleted scenes are just deleted for runtime purposes. They don't want the movie to be too long. Although the title for the longest MonsterVerse film would easily get taken by Godzilla King of the Monsters, which I'm pretty sure is 2 hours and 14 minutes or somewhere around there. I have to check. Boy, yeah. Speaking of Godzilla 2014, what are your thoughts on that film? Cause I'm pretty sure like recently, people have kind of been more fond towards it. You know, especially like now that we have all the current monster films that we have.
Yeah. Uh, I when it first came out, I never really got around to watching it. But a few years later, I've watched it and I was pretty impressed by the CGI.
Nice, nice. Yeah, same. Honestly though, I know I constantly tell you this, but that was a movie that you really should have seen in theaters. Like especially when Godzilla shows up in Chinatown of San Francisco and does the ultimate Godzilla roar, I'm pretty sure as it's called. That was
Yeah,
super loud. Like
you're
I
right.
remember how loud it was. It kind of vibrated the seats in my theater. Like you know how sometimes well I'm not sure if you can relate to this if you've been to a theater, but when there's like a scene that's really loud to the point where it kind of vibrates the seats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how that scene was. It was crazy. I'm not gonna lie though. I think that what was I gonna say? I think that Godzilla 2014 probably had uh some of the coolest deleted scenes in my opinion. Like I said, even though like some of them were just slightly like over a second, or some of them were just extended scenes, I think that they probably looked the most interesting. Wonder how many deleted scenes you might get for Godzilla vs Kong, if there even were any. Because I know Adam Wingard said that he didn't want to stretch the film over 2 hours. Boy, I remember when set photos came out, it showed like Nathan Lynn fighting off some Apex people, and I really wanted to see what that would have looked like. I think that might have probably taken place down in the Hollow Earth in Kong's throne room. Boy,
Aw, man, I really want to see that.
yeah, it looked really cool. And I remember, like, you remember back in 2020 at that one convention where it showed like I think that was confirmed to be test footage of Godzilla and Kong fighting on the aircraft carrier.
Yeah,
Apparently there was supposed to be like I'm not sure if this was confirmed. It might have been, but there was supposed to be like some flashback scenes to Skull Island, since you know Skull Island's basically gone now,
yeah.
and I really wanted to see some of that. Cause you know we've seen Skull Island in the movies, then we kept up with it in Kingdom Kong, and then boom, it's just gone in Godzilla versus Kong, which really kind of sucks.
Rest in peace, Skull Island.
Rest in pieces. Like shoot, like also, is it just me or did the Hollow Earth look drastically different than how I initially interpreted it to look? Because in King of the Monsters, they set it up to make it seem like it was just a series of tunnels that just traveled throughout the Earth, which explained why the Titans got to where they got so fast, especially Godzilla. When it was okay, I'm stuttering. When it was revealed that it was basically an actual place inside the Earth where it pretty much just defied gravity and time and stuff like that. It really just shocked me. I mean, it looked cool. It looked like some out of Ark, to be honest with you. Boy, yeah, it definitely did not look like how I probably would have designed it. But at the same time, though, I think it's best that they went with the way it did look. What was your opinion on the Hollow Earth? Because I've been talking for a long time and you kind of been silent. So, what was your
It
opinion on it?
was freaking amazing, especially the Photodon and the Warbat.
Oh yeah, our boy Doug.
Yep, Doug the Photodon.
Remember when people thought like that Doug was God's that people were making jokes how Doug was Godzilla's son? I'm not gonna lie. You can call Doug ugly, but he will never be as ugly as Manila.
Oh yeah.
Manila will always stay the ugliest kaiju in the history of Godzilla. Sure, there might be some uglier kaiju out there outside of the Godzilla franchise, but in terms of the kaiju that were inside of it, Manila definitely takes the cake for the ugliest looking one. No shame to Manila fans out there, but like, I mean, come on. Hold up. Okay. Uh, excuse me. So, Navy, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Would you one day want to see a crossover between the Pacific Rim franchise and Godzilla? Well, not franchise, but just the Pacific Rim movies and the MonsterVerse Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I mean, and if I'm gonna be honest, it would probably be a one-sided fight. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much because Godzilla currently he's a beast, so I don't think that any robots are gonna be doing him harm anytime soon. I think they'd probably have to go with a Godzilla versus Kong route, where the Titans would have, well, not the Titans, but the Kaiju, like the ones from Pacific Rim, they would be fighting him over and over, because they get sent out of the breach, so they would probably just get sent constantly, and Godzilla would probably get tired, because when you have all those little Kaiju sprawling all over you, it's gonna kind of be like how it was with the Muto, like he's trying to deal with them, they're bothering him, and eventually once he does kill them, he has to take a little break, and then like a bigger Kaiju comes out. So I think that's probably how they could do that, unless Godzilla just atomic breaths his way through them, which would still probably look cool. Like especially if it was an underwater shot, just of Godzilla firing his atomic breath through all of the Kaiju. Like that would look really cool. Speaking of Pacific
Um,
Rim, let's actually like kind of diverge out of the Godzilla realm and let's talk about other kaiju films. Like, so what are your thoughts on Pacific Rim? Whether it's the first film or the second one, like what are your thoughts on it?
I never actually watched it.
Oh, for real? So like,
Nope.
what out of Godzilla films have you watched?
I just like their overall story and monsters.
No, no, no. I said like, what out of Godzilla films have you watched? Like non-Godzilla
Okay.
movies.
Non-Godzilla films?
Yeah.
Uh, what? Ah, man, I gotta go.
All right, hold on. We'll just pick this back up when you get back.
All right.
Okay, we're back. In case you're wondering, we're actually playing Rocket League in the background. But you won't see that by the time this gets uploaded. So, we were talking about what kaiju films that are outside of Godzilla that you haven't seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right. So I actually came up with like a few different type of conversation ideas while you were gone, cause I've been wanting to
Really?
talk to these about somebody. One, do you think it would be cool to get like a found footage Godzilla film, like similar to Cloverfield and Wreck?
Yeah.
I think it would be cool too, especially like Legendary's Godzilla. Like it's a non-canon MonsterVerse film where, or shoot, it could just be like its own original Godzilla film. Like it doesn't even have to include the MonsterVerse Godzilla. Like, and I think it would be cool if it took place in somewhere like a really crowded city, like Chicago. Actually, no, Chicago isn't surrounded by a body of water, so
New
that'd be kind of
York?
hard. New York is like too overly used. Not to mention, we already had Cloverfield attack there.
Uh,
Uh,
Detroit?
but Detroit isn't surrounded by water though. Detroit's like in the middle of.
Miami.
North America. I mean, that could work. Like a place that has a lot of towering buildings that Godzilla can knock over. I mean,
New
shoot, we
Orleans.
Godzilla is way bigger than the buildings in New Orleans. I'm pretty sure. I'm honestly thinking of. I mean, we could go back to San Francisco or Boston or shoot even Hong Kong or I don't or shoot even go somewhere in Japan. Like I know that would
Uh,
kind of be. I'm not sure about that though, cause Godzilla's constantly associated with Japan, so it kind of
Mostly
fit
Tokyo.
fit into that stereotype that Godzilla always attacks Japan. So or shoot, Godzilla could even go to Sydney in Australia.
Final Wars.
Yeah, shoot, but that was on like a split battle. Like that wasn't even a fight. Godzilla just showed up, and the only building that got destroyed. Oh wait, no, Zilla was already there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Never mind. I was thinking of when he got murked by Godzilla. I'm really wondering though. Shoot, that could actually open up a lot of discussions about where a found footage Godzilla film could take place. I'm also speaking of Zilla, we're gonna go back in time to 1998 when Godzilla 1998 came out by TriStar. What are your thoughts and overviews on that movie?
It's actually one of the first Godzilla films I ever watched.
I'm not gonna lie, that was the same with me. My first ever Godzilla film I ever watched, believe it or not, was Godzilla's Revenge. Probably the most heavily criticized, probably the most hated Godzilla movie in the entire franchise. But
Well,
back to our old Iguana Boy, Godzilla 1998. Uh, what else did you think about him? Like about that movie in general?
it was pretty awesome.
Honestly, I think it's a good monster movie, but in terms of Godzilla, it's kind of lackluster. Like the design, I'm pretty cool with. I mean, I'm always up for something new. Definitely looks more dinosaur-like than before. But I really do like I like the addition that Godzilla can run on top of stuff like buildings and bridges and stuff like that. Like
Yeah, and plus,
that kind of makes him more intimidating in my opinion. Like you think you can escape him, but this dude can like just run on top of buildings or like do parkour on bridges.
he's the first Godzilla that can actually run.
No, we had Godzilla run before in the Showa era. He ran like he ran a lot in the Showa era, and we can't forget the almighty Godzilla drop kick. Yeah, Godzilla ran a whole bunch in the Showa era. Mainly like in the more goofier movies, as we'll call them, like Godzilla vs Megalon, Godzilla vs Mechagodzilla, Terror Mechagodzilla, like those types of films. You see him
Forgive
running.
me, I haven't seen much of the Showa film.
I mean, they're on YouTube for free. The only the only ones they're missing are King Kong vs Godzilla and Mothra for some reason. But yeah, we keep getting sidetracked. We gotta focus on '98 Godzilla. But yeah, honestly, the only thing I really didn't like about him is the fact that one, he didn't have a legitimate atomic breath. Which I mean, in some circumstances, I'm okay with, cause like it adds
Uh,
to the naturalisticness to the creature. But another thing I didn't like was his vulnerability. Like I think that any Godzilla fan would agree that if you're gonna make Godzilla, you at least gotta make him uh,
Durable.
yeah, like to where standard military attacks and weaponry can't hurt him. Because I mean, if you've ever seen Rampage, Lizzie, who was like who is much smaller than Godzilla 98, she was able to tank missiles to the face, helicopter rounds. Like she was a
And,
freaking beast in that film.
and plus, Zilla was running away from gunshots. From actual
Actually,
guns.
actually, it's Godzilla apparently in this case because that's actually a legitimate name for the character. Zilla would
And
only
my
be used
voice,
for
yeah,
Final Wars. And yes, I caught your voice crack. It was amazing. Just letting you know, everybody who watches this, Navy's voice cracks a lot. Like, it's not
because
even
I'm still going
funny.
through puberty.
Puberty. But yeah, yeah, I do agree with. Well, I mean, at the same time, though, if you look at it in some way, I guess you could see it as him running away. That way, he could lure the helicopters and then eventually surprise attack them. But I do think he was ultimately running away, but then eventually came up with the idea to sneak attack them. Which I'm still confused about. How did he go from one side of the street to the other side? Like, did he just dig underground super fast like Baragon? Or
You can't dig.
I get that, but like whenever you see him dig, he doesn't look very fast when he does it. He looks ultimately slow because like there's a lot to dig through underground.
But
But yeah,
Godzilla Junior. Oh, sorry.
he doesn't look like 98 Godzilla, the film version, doesn't look like he digs very fast.
But the Godzilla in Godzilla the series, he digs super quick.
Remember, that's a cartoon, so they can do whatever they really want with that. But in terms of actual speed, if he's able to dig that fast, then yes, he definitely picks up where his father lacks. And honestly, I really think that what they did with Godzilla Jr. in that series is what they really should have done with Godzilla in '98. Like, if they had him more durable, and I think that people might have enjoyed the movie a little bit more. If he had an actual atomic breath, even if it was just standard fire. Because remember, 54 Godzilla, aka Gojira, his atomic
Yeah,
breath was literally just an atomic mist, I'm pretty sure. Like, it
yeah,
wasn't full on breath. It was just like radioactive mist that just caused explosions and fires.
yeah, yeah. And its initial name was an incandescent light.
Yeah. So, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time if the atomic breath wasn't really an atomic breath, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, and plus,
Also,
oh,
huh?
sorry,
Oh, I was just
sorry.
gonna say, the whole scene with the babies, while it was pretty funny, I don't think it should have been added. I mean, the idea that Godzilla can reproduce is pretty chilling, especially if it's like by himself. Like that
Yeah,
really does. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's been explained in the movies that came before '98 Godzilla, like in the Heisei films. I'm pretty sure it was kind of explained how. I'm not sure. I gotta go back and watch them, but I think it was explained that Godzilla, if he wanted to, could reproduce asexually. But
yeah.
where's the fun in that? As Audrey said in that film. I'm pretty sure. I'm not. I think that movie's still on Netflix. I'm not sure if they took it off because Netflix, after some time, they're like, okay, we're gonna take your junk off.
And also, I like Godzilla Junior's green atomic breath.
Oh yeah, that was really cool. I also like the monsters that they showed in that series too, cause like they were completely original. They, well, I'm not.
Yeah, like a
They,
Stasis Rex.
yeah, what's that the thing that like with the opening mouth and it could like camouflage and junk? Cause I haven't watched that show in a long time, so like I really don't know the names of the.
I actually forgot most of the stuff in there.
I remember Heat, like the team that follows Godzilla, but
Yeah,
I
and all the
don't.
other mutations.
But I remember I like remember when we first found out about Warbat and GVK through the toys.
Yeah,
The first thing I immediately thought of was the King Cobra kaiju from Godzilla the animated series, like the one that spits venom.
yeah.
Yeah, I immediately thought of that thing. I'm like, if that's where they got the design of this thing from, I am on board with it because that was a cool design. I'm not gonna lie, I think I didn't finish that show actually growing up. I watched it a lot, I just didn't finish it because the two Godzilla shows I did watch were the Hanna-Barbera Godzilla and the Godzilla animated series. Like those are the only Godzilla shows that really were out when I grew up, and I'm pretty sure those are like the only Godzilla shows that were out. Like, there really weren't a lot of Godzilla shows.
which kind of sucked.
Yeah, but it does make me wonder if they were to. Well, I mean, now I think about it, there is a Godzilla show coming out, so we can see. So if that does do well, that basically sets up an example of how we can do a Godzilla show, but right, especially if it's live
Yeah,
action. Speaking of the Godzilla show, let's actually move on to that. Are you hyped for it or are you not hyped?
I'm hyped beyond comprehension.
Same here. I really hope that something they do is that they have the super serious tone that Godzilla 2014 had, since especially since this is taking place right after that. So I really hope that they really kind of have that same tone for Godzilla, and they have Godzilla kind of like how he was in 2014. Like, not where he
Yeah.
was crawling on all fours GVK style, but more so like a slow lumbering beast. So I hope that they still have that. Hopefully, there's also a good balancing between monsters and humans, because while people do complain about the humans, you have to remember that they are an essential part of the films, because they really do keep the films going.
Yeah, I mean, who wants a Godzilla film with just the monsters?
Well, I mean, that would still be cool regardless. Like,
Yeah,
I would still pay to have like a 2 hour film just to see a Godzilla swimming in the ocean.
a
Like,
kai a kaiju or a titan documentary.
that could honestly be really dope. Then again, they have to pay the cameraman extra, especially since he went back in time for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really hope that this show does well, and I hope that the characters are also entertaining too, because, in my opinion, we haven't had a really good set of characters since Kong Skull Island. Like, I love Godzilla King of the Monsters cast, but I think Kong Skull Island is definitely my favorite in the MonsterVerse. So I hope that they cast a summer like that, like not to where they're funny, but to where they're likable and enjoyable. And like if one of them
Yeah,
gets hurt, you're like, oh no, he or she is hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. And also, what happened to Ford?
That's a good question. What did happen to Ford? He just kind of up and left the MonsterVerse.
And then Mark and the Russell family took his place.
Like, like Ford. Literally, I hope we get to hear about him. Like, I really do. Like, I hope there's like a somewhere saying like the only survivor of a soldier group, Ford Brody or something like that, to at least acknowledge that he does still exist within this timeline. Because the last time we seen him, he was in the stadium looking up at Godzilla on the screen.
The King of the Monsters, our savior.
No, the King of the Monsters, the savior of our city. Like, but yeah, I want to know what happened to him. Did he die from like? No, I don't think he died from radiation because the radiation spawns life. Unless like if you're really close to Godzilla, like how he was, then then maybe it could kill you like with too much of it. I imagine, but I think he should be fine. I
Yeah,
mean, what's his face? Mark Russell got up and close to Godzilla, and he survived all the way until 2024.
yeah. Hopefully, in the next MonsterVerse film, if they ever make one, hopefully we'll get to see or hear about him.
Yeah, cause that like sure he was a boring character, but he was still a character that started off the MonsterVerse.
Yeah,
Definitely the most forgettable character though in the MonsterVerse. Like I bet people even remember the Eevee tribe off of Skull Island more than they remember Ford Brody.
I actually remember Ford Brody more than her.
You forgot about the Eevee tribe from Skull Island?
Yeah,
I'm surprised. When it was announced that there would be a tribe on Skull Island back in like 2017, everyone was like really wondering how will they do them. But yeah, Ford Brody, where is he? Part of the reason he never came back was for one thing, Gareth Edwards wanted Godzilla 2014 to initially be a standalone film. Like they did not anticipate for an entire series to merge off of it. And two, I think like the actor probably didn't anticipate a series either, and probably didn't see like any need for his character though. Because in my opinion, like Ford Brody, I don't see him as a character. I kind of see him as like a character you'd play in VR. Like Godzilla 2014 is just a big what if Godzilla was real film. Like what would you do if Godzilla was real? Like that's really what this film looks like to me.
So Godzilla 2014 is like a first-person shooter kind of thing.
We didn't call it first person shooter. It's mainly like if you're in a simulation and Ford Brody is basically you.
Yeah.
I wonder if people will agree on me on that. Cause Godzilla 2014, it's the most realistic MonsterVerse film, but it also makes sense why I kind of came up with this. Cause it feels realistic. It makes you really feel like what if Godzilla was real. Cause like with all the POV shots from like inside of buildings or from cars or just on the ground or from rooftops, it's really putting you in the environment if Godzilla were to just show up in your city or town or wherever you live. But yeah, really want to know what happened to his character. I really want to know. Hope it didn't die like Alan Jonah, because I'm pretty sure he might have gotten trampled within the events of Godzilla vs Kong, which is kind of like a booty way to kill off his character. That's like if they killed off Mufasa by just shooting him, like,
Yeah.
because I like Jonah Allen's character. He is, or Alan Jonah, I think that's the way his name is said. Boy, I like his character. I especially like the time when he's like, "Boom, we don't have time for this." Like, but yeah, I definitely want to. I hope that he didn't get killed that way. I mean, it might have been confirmed. I don't really keep up with his character a lot. But yeah, if that's the way he died, that is a sad way to die. He survived wars. Like, he survived freaking monster attacks. Only just to get stomped by one. Like, that's sad. Yeah. Some people really don't think about a lot? Like, King of the Monsters was a global tragedy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people realize that a lot. Like, those who really, like, pay attention to the films, I think they might have caught on to that back when the film came out.
Yeah.
But I don't think people realize how much of a tragedy King of the Monsters was. Like,
Yeah, Ghidorah.
millions of lives were lost. Like, not only that, but like so much destruction happened. Taxpayer dollars are gonna have to go heavily into the reconstruction of these buildings.
Yeah, Ghidorah basically just forced all the Titans on Earth to just destroy their home.
I want to destroy their home, destroy the homes of us, or our homes. Because remember, they could just set up base anywhere. Like, they could just like leave a city in rubble and eventually after some time regrow like a bunch of shrubs and trees with their radiation and then just live there. It's the equivalent of chopping down trees and then just building a house there. Is how I see it. Not gonna lie, like I want to see how a fight between Godzilla, Behemoth, Methuselah, Scylla, the Queen Muto, and Rodan would have went down. Like at the end of King of the Monsters. Like if that was just like a
Yeah,
big fight. Like I know
yeah,
Godzilla would have taken them all down, but I wanted to see like what would have happened.
yeah. In fact, we never get to see much of the other Titans.
That's true. They had like their big debut in King of the Monsters, and like they did show up in the comics, but in terms of live action appearances, we really haven't seen a lot of them. But it makes sense though because King of the Monsters was the true definition of monsters exist. Like that's what I would really label that as. And then Godzilla versus Kong, like of course we're not gonna be there to see the Titans. We want to see we're there to see Godzilla and Kong throw down. So that makes sense
Yeah,
why they weren't there a lot. So I can see that, but I hope that in a future
yeah,
MonsterVerse film, whether it's supposed to be set in the past or the present, it does give some more screen time to these other Titans.
yeah. I like Methuselah, the Living Mountain,
Oh, cool. I'm pretty sure like a lot of the fan base really did favor Behemoth a lot. Cause I remember when I saw like these audience reactions, they were all like clapping and stuff and cheering when Behemoth came on screen.
because they think he looks like Manny the Mammoth from Ice Age.
No, they probably just like Behemoth.
Well, well, I mean, can you blame me? Behemoth looks exactly like a mammoth, except with a long, except without a long trunk or something.
Shit, the fact that he has basically sloth hands. Like if you've seen the full body of Behemoth, he has claws like a sloth or an
A,
anteater,
a sloth mammoth.
or shoot, just a behemoth. But yeah, hopefully one day we do get to see more of the Titans, and we also get to see a flashback movie, if that makes any sense, like a movie that goes back in time to millions of years ago, since Godzilla is millions of years old. I really want to see what that would have looked like. Uh, like I think that it could be like a two-part movie. Uh, like the first one about the Godzilla and Kong War, and the second one about how Godzilla's species got wiped out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the title's what we call Godzilla and Kong, the the everlasting war.
I honestly, I just go with something more simple. Godzilla BC. That just sounds like so much more colder in my opinion. Like, cause having a long title like Godzilla and Kong, the long-lasting war, or something like that, it just seems a little bit too long. I think just having the title Godzilla BC would give the general audience a good overview about how we're gonna go back in time. Cause I'm not saying like with the first film how it should just strictly be on the Godzilla and Kong war. It would definitely like show the regular lives of these titans before each of their species would eventually be wiped out. But yeah, just having the title Godzilla BC just sounds cooler, at least in my
Or
opinion.
until they went to sleep for a long time.
No, because I mean like I'm not sure if the other titans had other members of their kind and if they got wiped out too. Because we know for a fact there were more Mutos, there were a bunch of Godzillas, there were a bunch of Kongs, but I'm not sure if there were like more Behemoths, more Methuselahs, more Skelas. Shoot, maybe there
More
might.
space hydras.
Shoot, there could be. You never know. Like Ghidorah could have had like an entire species outside this planet, and he kind of just got like rejected by his kind, because I guess you call him like the runt of the litter. So like they just rejected
Yeah.
him and he went to Earth. I'm wondering if Ghidorah knew that he would go to Earth.
Who knows?
Like, yeah, I really wonder that. Did Ghidorah know that he was going to Earth, or was it just like an accidental drop by? I think it must have been pre-planned, because it's kind of like driving a car all over the place and then eventually finding your destination. So it had to be pre-planned.
Oh, and also, how did Ghidorah get trapped in the ice?
It had to definitely do with the battle long ago. Because I'm pretty sure Michael Dougherty did say something about that. How it definitely was there was a battle there in the Arctic, and I'm guessing Ghidorah fell into a cavern or something that eventually froze over. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking that's what had that happen. I'm pretty sure Dougherty did say something about that too. You know something I also want to see?
What?
Kind of like a Destroy All Monsters MonsterVerse film, where it's like just like with the found footage Godzilla movie. It's a non-canon Godzilla film. Like it has no ties to any story whatsoever, and it's just like one big dumb awesome monster brawl movie. Cause
Wait,
I think we need more of those, like just all out monster fight movies.
wait. So you're saying, wait? I never knew Destroy All Monsters wasn't canon.
No, 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 no. That movie is canon to the Showa era, cause it was supposed to be the last one. I'm saying that this movie is just gonna be non-canon.
Oh, I was a bit confused there.
I could tell. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how it would do since it's like not connected to any story whatsoever. But I think kaiju fans would freaking love it. It's like what Marvel fans fantasized as kids, and then eventually came true with like the MCU films. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely think that there should one day be a all-out brawl movie in the MonsterVerse. Cause you never realize it until you actually see it. That seeing giant monsters just fighting and destroying cities and literally beating the crap out of each other, it's really
Yeah,
entertaining. Like
yeah,
with Godzilla vs Kong, that was basically the big budget version of a Showa era film, and I love it. Like we need more films like that where they're not meant to be taken super seriously. You're just there to have a good time, watch some monsters fight to basically where the entire city is just leveled, and it's also pretty gory too because some monsters are gonna die, so there is gonna be some gore.
yeah. Like what's his name? Hedera.
Sure, I'm talking about monsterverse level gore though,
Ooh,
because
like that giant skull crawler.
sure. Or like the female Muto, because if you look closely, especially with the screen bright, and after Godzilla
Yeah,
does the kiss of death, you can see her spine wobbling around.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure she was bleeding.
Oh yeah, she was definitely bleeding. That's not a pretty sure, that's a definitely. You don't just like not bleed from getting your head ripped off.
And you never know. The atomic breath could actually cauterize the wound.
What? You mean like the one where she had her babies?
Wound. The atomic breath could be so high it might cauterize a wound.
I still think she would still be bleeding out, cause I still think that she just would have still been bleeding out. Cause I mean, remember, look at this skull crawler. It got split in half, and it was like bleeding, guts were all over the place.
Yeah.
Like it was just one big bloody mess.
Dude, imagine when Ghidorah was taking over Me- Mechagodzilla's eyes and Proton screen would turn yellow instead of red.
I probably wouldn't like that. That would have just seemed dumb to me. I like the whole idea that it's just red and red only.
Dang. I almost had that.
But yeah, so also something I definitely wanna see is a new Pacific Rim movie. Like one that's definitely better than the second one. Like kind of return to the same roots that the first film went to. Cause
There's only two?
yeah, but the second one is like it's a mixed bag for fans, is what I'd say. Like
Like a
in
being
my
bamboozled challenge?
no, it's just like an iffy thing for people. Like me personally, I after some time, I come to realize that the film is kind of bad. Like it really doesn't feel like a Pacific Rim film. It feels like an entirely different movie that took on the same premise of Pacific Rim. It's kind of like a bigger budgeted version of Atlantic Rim. Like I don't know if you heard that movie.
I don't.
Oh, well, it's basically made by Asylum, the same company that did Monster vs. Ape.
Oh, the same people that made Sharknado.
Yeah, like all those movies were made by Asylum. No, those really B movies, those are all done by them.
But the only original film that they did was Sharknado.
No, they did a couple. They had a lot of original films. Like they had like the three headed shark, Sharktopus
Oh
versus
yeah,
whale
oh yeah, yeah,
werewolf.
yeah.
Like they had a bunch of original films. They were just really bad. Like even though Sharknado's a really B-rated movie, I still think it's the best one they made.
You're you're probably gonna tear my throat out for this. But I actually like those films,
I
except
don't
for Ape versus
care.
Monster.
Like I do not care if you like them or not. That's your opinion, Buster. I just really only like the Sharknado films because, I mean, the first one. I just watch their movies just to laugh at them. In all honesty, like those are movies that you can turn on and just watch without caring at all. And the funny thing too is that they cost on YouTube. Like
What?
you can't watch those for free on YouTube. Those actually cost,
What?
right? I mean, to be fair, they did have a budget behind it, so that makes sense. But because of how those movies look, you would think that they would have had those movies for free on YouTube. Because if they have Godzilla movies for free on YouTube, plus some Asylum movies for free on YouTube, like ain't no way am I buying this movie for like what, $4? Like
I can buy a bag of chips for $4.
shoot, with inflation, after some time, it's probably gonna be like $5. You're gonna have to buy a bag of chips. Like look at gas prices; they going up by the minute.
Which sucks.
Right? Go back to the old days where you could buy a comic book for like 50 cents. But yeah, I definitely think that a MonsterVerse film that explains the past of the Titans would do successfully at the box office. Like it would definitely do really well. Like cuz not only would this be our way to answer a bunch of unknown plot holes, cuz you know the MonsterVerse, even though we have a lot answered, there's still a lot undiscovered. Uh,
Yeah.
this could possibly be that chance to finally clear up some theories and mysteries that people have about this series. Also, I want to see how the Kongs built their throne room.
Yeah.
I need to see that. Cause if they actually built like those columns and they actually like hollowed out the thing, cause I imagine that mountain had to have been hollowed out before they showed up. Because if it wasn't, hold on a second. Hold up. And I'm back. I just need to clear something up with my friend. So, uh, what were we discussing again? We were discussing about Godzilla BC or something.
You're discussing how the Hollow Earth, uh, how the mountain in the
Oh yeah,
Hollow
how
Earth.
the Kongs made their throne room. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like the room definitely had to have been hollowed out beforehand. Because if it wasn't, I need to know how do they manage to hollow out an entire mountain. Not to mention, if you look at the background, there's also like little tunnels that like lead to different rooms. I'm pretty sure like there's like little halls off to the sides. I also want to know like what it must have looked like to have the Kongs take down a Godzilla and take out its spines for the axes. Because I know Goji Center uploaded a video about it, like what he speculates to how how the Kongs did that. But I want to see like that in like a live action standpoint though. You know what I'm
How
saying?
many times would it take? How many times? Ah,
Kongs.
how many Kongs would it take to take down a Godzilla?
Well, he specified that it might have been the larger Godzilla species, or yeah, the larger species of Godzilla. Like you know the really large skull that we see Kong take the axe out of.
Yeah.
Yeah, he speculated it might have been that Godzilla, like that species. And like he said that they might have been unlucky enough to not have an atomic breath feature, which is why they got him taken down. But I'm pretty sure in the
Oh,
video it showed like at least 5 to 6 Kongs, you know, kind of pulling it into the room. But yep, yeah. So, uh, I'm kind of out of discussion topics. Are you?
how about Jurassic World Dominion?
Oh yeah, that's actually a good one. Yeah, I'm hyped for that film. I am hyped for that film. Can't wait to see what Colin Trevorrow does.
Yeah.
See if he can
Uh,
justify the Jurassic franchise now, like the world
yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely hyped for that movie. I hope that all dinosaur fans are also hyped for it too, whether they watch Jurassic Park or not, because it's really the only recent dinosaur movie we're gonna get for us, for those who really love the beasts known as dinosaurs.
Yeah.
What I'm also wondering,
What?
how big is that Quetzalcoatlus? Because if you look at its head size compared to the cockpit of the plane, the beak is, the head is huge. Like, it has no reason being that big. Like, when you get the time, look. Actually, no, you can find the screenshot that I sent to you.
Oh no. I looked at it.
No, you did not look at it that fast. That's cap.
I did.
Nah. All right. Well, I guess I'll just take your word for it right now. But yeah, if you look at the head of the Quetz next to the cockpit of that plane, keep in mind that's a pretty big plane, I'm sure. That means that the Quetzalcoatlus is overscaled. Cause as far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty sure they were just as tall as giraffes, if not a little bit
Mm-hmm.
taller. And no way was their head size as big as the cockpit of a plane, because that means that they would be too head heavy to fly. Like they'd be like those animations where like a character's head will get really big, and then they can't move, so they'll just like fall and roll on their head. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you hoping for to see in the movie?
I I want to see more of the Giganotosaurus.
Oh, the Giga?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what they're gonna do with that. I mean, the design is starting to grow on me more. Although, I mean, it's still not a Giganotosaurus, but I think the design is still cool. I like to call it the Allo Acrocantha Giga. That's what I like to call it.
Nice.
Yeah, like, cause if you look at it, it looks like that. It does not look like a Giganotosaurus. So I mean, might as well just. That's gonna be its new scientific name. Allo Acrocantha Giga Giganotosaurus.
Or Giganotosaurus Allo Acro Giga.
Yeah, Giganotosaurus Allo Acro Giga. Yeah, I like that. I like that. But yeah, I like the design of the creature. It looks cool in my opinion. But you know what the prologue really got me thinking of?
What?
What if we had a live action, big budget, Walking with Dinosaurs movie of those looks? And I'm not talking about the 2013 film. I'm talking about like the show back in like I'm pretty sure the 90s to early 2000s. I think I'm not sure when it came out, but it was a show that
I know
was
what you
called
mean.
Walking with. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I really want to see what that would probably look like one day. Cause if we can make dinosaurs look that good, like imagine hearing Nigel Marvin narrating over it, bro. Like
Yeah.
that would be sweet.
And imagine how much money is going to be rolling in.
Right? Cause dinosaur fans, we get ecstatic about new types of movies for dinosaurs because we don't get those often. This is kind of like a once in a lifetime like opportunity for dinosaur fans to get a big budget blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely want to see that one day. Imagine if like sometime, cuz Dinosaurs Day is in May. So imagine if they do one day like make a big budget Walking with Dinosaurs film and they decide to release it on Dinosaurs Day. That would honestly be so cool. Also, what are your thoughts on Baby Blue? AKA, I forgot the name of him. Her.
Beta.
Yeah, Beta. What's your thoughts on her? Yeah. Apparently she gets snatched up for getting caught lacking, apparently, in the trailer. And
Wait,
so I'm
what?
guess. Yeah, you didn't see that part in the trailer?
No.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that she got trapped. Like, she got caught in, like, a trap that was hidden in the snow. It had, like, a dead fox on it. And she went to go investigate, and she kind of got lifted into the air with the trap. Because, there are people trying to catch these dinosaurs and I guess poach them or use them for weapons. Kind of like the one guy from Jurassic World. Hoskins.
Yeah.
Like, they're kind of like him.
Now before you guys go on and dog on her for being that stupid to fall for it, she's a baby.
Navy, I don't think anyone's going to dog on a baby for acting like a baby. Like, I'm pretty sure, if anything, that would be the most obvious thing they would do, is use her baby instincts against her. So, I don't really think anyone's gonna get mad at Baby Blue for just trying to snag a meal that she thought her mom caught for her.
But you know who is gonna get mad for taking her baby away?
Blue.
Yeah. If she finds those people, they're gonna get torn to shreds.
Unless she gets shot again. Like, remember in Fallen Kingdom, she got shot. She was about to die, too. She even cried a little crocodile tear.
Which is actually pretty amazing.
Hopefully the animatronics, if they do use animatronics, which I'm pretty sure they are, because the Dilophosaurus was animatronic. Hopefully they're kind of like how they were in the original Jurassic Park, like where they really felt like moving creatures. Because the ones from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, like they were alright in my opinion, but like I felt like the original still had like the best use of the animatronics.
It felt like they were actually there.
Metaphorically and physically. Or similarly, I guess, since like you use like, and similarly is like a like or as comparison. But you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully the animatronics they don't look janky. Like I know that like in terms of quality they look good, but in terms of how they'll function, hopefully they
Yeah.
don't look that bad. I'm also wondering how Claire got herself into that situation where her and the Dilophosaurus were having a little Godzilla versus Kong moment and roaring back and forth at each other. Like,
Yeah. And why then did the Dilophosaurus spit at her?
I don't know. I mean, it's an animal. We can't tell what it's thinking. But yeah, really wonder how she got herself into that pickle. I'm also wondering where did the Therizinosaurus come into all of this?
I don't know.
Like, were these dinosaurs engineered by
It,
Biosyn? Cause InGen, I'm not exactly sure where they sit in all this. Like, sure, they like to make hybrids, but they also got the rival companies too, like Biosyn and stuff like that. So maybe these were dinosaurs that they made.
Maybe the
Cause,
DNA spread to other companies.
sure, I think they stole the DNA or just made up their own. Cause remember, the Pyroraptor was in that facility looking place, which I'm guessing must have been Biosyn's location, because that couldn't have been InGen. If it was, they would have had a big InGen sticker on the side of the building. But yeah, it had to definitely. I think it definitely had to be Biosyn, if you're asking me. I'm also wondering exactly how do most of these dinosaurs escape if they are in fact from Biosyn? Like, I'm just theorizing that this is Biosyn dinosaurs, but if that is actually the case,
Uh,
I'm wondering how they escaped. Like, no way did the security get hacked, and they let these dinosaurs free, knowing the damage they'll do.
Maybe uh, a power outage or somebody was messing with the locks or something. I don't know.
But you think that they would learn from the mistakes that Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Like, at this point, if you're gonna be making dinosaurs, you gotta keep them like in. You can't let them get out. So having somebody tamper with the power, or somebody, or the gates getting messed up, that I don't think that's gonna be a
Or
thing.
pulling a Dennis Nedry.
I don't think they would do that, because I mean, what use are you gonna get if you're probably gonna get eaten by the time you get what you want? It keeps getting all whooshy whooshy over the fact that I'm recording a podcast. Or that we're recording a podcast. Just kidding. But
Well,
but yeah, especially too, cause like we already had the instances of dumb security guards from Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, cause they clearly heard Rexy screaming when they took out some of her blood to help Blue. Like, they clearly
yeah,
heard her screaming. They clearly saw the door open. They said, "Oh yeah, that door is open. Let's just close it." Like, that was just
yeah,
terrible. You think that they would learn from that?
yeah, yeah. I'm a dumb person most of the time, and even I would hear that.
Shoot, I think anyone would. Shoot, I think anyone would have just opened up the door. In fact, I would have came with like a group of people too. I think that guy was with somebody else, but have like a group of four or something just in case. Because if you locked a door and it's now somehow unlocked, oh yeah, you got an intruder on your boat. Also, why did they just put them in a cell? Like, I know it's to keep them locked up, but still though, a cell? You couldn't think of any, like, why not just keep them guarded by like multiple dudes? Because if they manage to sneak onto your boat when you clearly left them on Isla Nublar, and then and then they manage to infiltrate your security and steal one of your vehicles, and like, I don't know, got into a T-Rex pen, then you clearly might want to keep some dudes on watch with them. You might not just want to leave them by themselves.
Yeah, if you put them in the cell, you're just asking for them to escape.
And I bet, but at the same time, though, I bet you that if the Stiggy Moloch wasn't in the next cell, they probably would have been stuck there. Like, I'm just saying. I'm kind of saying it right now. They probably would have just been stuck there. Because remember, the only reason they broke out was for the Stiggy Moloch.
Holy crap, you're at 80.
Yeah. But, yeah. We definitely got to get some smarter security men in Dominion. By far. I also want to see the return of the Stiggy Moloch, to be honest, too. Like, I liked it in Fallen Kingdom. I want to see more of it, of that guy.
Unless he's still alive. Or her.
True that. I'm pretty sure it was a dude. But yeah, if that you do bring up a good point. If it is still alive, although I do think that the dinosaurs don't really mess with each other. I mean, they got livestock in fields. They also got like a bunch of wild animals, so I think they should be good. Like unless you have like the situation where it's like Battle at Big Rock, where they do somehow manage to meet in the same location. Uh, then yeah. Um.
And
Also, I'm not sure. Like this was revealed with the toys. I'll have you know. Are you fine with me? What I'm about to tell you. It
yeah,
kind of revolves the reveal of a new creature.
what kind of new creature? Oh wait, spoiler alert.
Sure, I mean it's not even a spoiler alert at this point because they confirmed it with the toys.
Anyway, what is the new creature?
The Dimetrodon.
Another pterosaur? Oh no, wait, no. I'm
No,
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
no.
sorry.
I'm about to
The
say
big bear.
Dimetrodon and
The
a
big bear.
pterosaur.
Sorry. I was thinking about uh
Dimorphodon.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
like the Metrodon.
Dimetrodon's cool.
Yeah. Although we never knew what to sail for, but it is pretty cool.
Pretty sure the sail is just used for like body temperature regulating, kind of like with the Spinosaurus, or to
Or
attract
maybe,
females.
yeah. I was
You
about to
know,
say for mating purposes.
kind of like a peacock, except the thing goes sideways rather than on the
Yeah.
back. Yeah, definitely not dinosaur, definitely a creature I'm excited to see in this film. I don't know too much about Dimetrodon, but it always just looked cool to me ever since I was a kid. Or I still am a kid, but I should say it since I was younger. Um. So, overall thoughts on Jurassic World Dominion and how you're hyped for it.
This is going to be the greatest Jurassic World park movie there's ever been.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, for the time being, I still think the original is gonna top it, but I think it might just come in second place for me, like a really close second. But at the same time, no, I think the reason why we're saying that it's gonna be the best is because we weren't alive to actually experience when the original Jurassic Park film came out. So it's like we really don't have that nostalgic feeling of when it really did come out and when we really did get to experience it in theaters.
Believe it or not, I actually watched the original Jurassic Park at kindergarten, at school.
Oh, now that's cool.
Yeah.
Shoot, I wish I went to your kindergarten because that sounded cool. I just watched that at home. My dad was just watching on the TV. That's how I got into a lot of stuff. My dad was just watching on the TV, so I just sat down and watched it with him. Yeah. Wonder if I can make it to 90 goals. Not 90, 100.
I wonder what's going to be a more sadder death on Grady, the original cast, uh, Rexy, or Blue.
That is a good question. Because both Rexy and the Legacy characters are OG characters. Um, we've been with Owen and Claire and Blue for the past two films. Uh, and Blue, we've really grown a love towards her. She's really become like the MVP dinosaur, apart from
Yeah.
Rexy. So
And and
yeah,
we hate to see Beta grow up without a mom.
sure. I think Beta would just get eaten at that point, like, cause Blue is like if there's no Blue in Beta's life, Beta's dead. I'm sorry to say it. No matter how adorable she may look, Beta is going to die if Blue is not there. I mean, we've already seen how that's currently going for her. Like, she got caught up in a trap. And I imagine that Blue wasn't there, which is the reason why she did get caught up in the trap. But yeah, I'm
Or
excited for
maybe
the movie.
Blue,
Huh?
or maybe Blue just got caught up in something.
Nah, cause in the trailer we see like Blue roaring, like kind of roaring at the sky, which I'm assuming is her like trying to call out to Beta, and I'm pretty sure we see some trucks roll up behind her too. But yeah, definitely am excited for this movie. I have really high hopes that it'll do well. I mean, the prologue already got people excited for it. Like since that was like the a entire scene of the movie that we're seeing. But yeah, definitely have high hopes for Jurassic World Dominion. Uh, have you gotten around to reading any Godzilla comics?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh darn. I got like some of the IDW comics like of Godzilla Rulers of Earth, and then I got Godzilla Awakening, and I'm pretty sure some of the Birth of Kong comics. They're pretty cool. Artwork is also pretty dope, if I do say so myself. Um, yeah, definitely are some cool comics that I think you would probably like. You also know something that I really have thought about.
What?
What would happen if Rexy did die in Jurassic World? Like, what would really happen?
Fans all around the world would be crying their eyes out.
Probably wouldn't say crying, because shoot, half the times most fans didn't even cry at Peter Parker's alleged death in Infinity War. But I do think overall people would be sad. Because, Rexy's been alive for the longest.
Yeah,
If they,
she's
if
either
they,
gonna. Oh,
hmm?
sorry.
I was gonna say, if they do kill her off, make it a cool death. Don't make it like how, uh, she got killed by the Giga in the prologue, like in the past. Like, at least make her death cool.
Yeah. Uh, if sh- if she's not gonna get killed by anyone, she's probably gonna die of old age.
Shoot, if anything, that'd probably be the best way to go. Like, I do see it though. Someone is gonna die in Jurassic World Dominion. I think a few people may die, cause no way we're gonna have a cast that big and they're all gonna make it out. Someone's gonna have to die. And I bet you, someone's gonna try to shoot Blue. Owen's gonna jump in the way, get shot, and then, I don't
Someone
know.
comes to his wounds.
No, he probably make it like, yeah, probably gets succumb to his wounds. They probably won't be able to save him in time, and then Owen dies. Shoot, maybe Rexy may get killed by the Giga. We don't even know how strong the current Giga is.
We don't know, but I'm terrified of that thing.
I think anyone might be. I wonder how the scene with the Therizinosaurus is gonna go down though.
Yeah.
Like, how is that all gonna go down?
Yeah. Although one gripe about this film that I'm gonna have to make is my boy Spinosaurus didn't make a return.
I mean, like, what all would he do though? Like, I don't think he would do a whole lot. I mean, I can see what you mean though. A brief cameo would be cool, but I mean, the Spinosaurus likes to keep to himself. He's a really introverted dinosaur. He the only time he really
Like
does,
me.
sure, the only times he really does bother people is when he got bothered to the point where it's like, all right, you got to catch this work.
Yeah, you could thank oh, what was her name? Saying Ben for the foghorn.
Nah, yeah, but yeah, and also the guys who went to the woods. Cause remember they were shooting at it too. Ah, yeah, boink. Um, yeah. Uh, Also, I'm wondering. I think that the Spinosaurus might have died on the island, cause I'm pretty sure it was confirmed that the Spinosaurus did have a paddock on the island where
Oh
like
dear.
because like there were sections of the island where there were dinosaurs too hostile to interact with people. That's why we had dinosaurs like the Allosaurus or the Carnotaurus, on in Fallen Kingdom out of nowhere. That's because their paddocks were on the back of the island where they wouldn't be seen in front of guests. And I'm guessing the Spinosaurus was there too, because I watched some of Clayton Fiordi's videos. I don't know if you heard about him, but he has like a bunch of these cool, really good Jurassic videos that discuss theories that actually have some solid backup evidence. So yeah, but I imagine the Spinosaurus, they probably would not have found that thing. It might have gotten burnt in the lava. Like, I imagine that thing is gone. I'm sorry to say it, but shoot, at least we still got one Spinosaurid on the mainland, aka the Baryonyx.
Yeah,
Might not be the Spinosaurus itself, but it's still a Spinosaurid.
yeah. Spinosaurus is my favorite family.
I can tell you used to cheer them on, even though they all lost during my dinosaur battle
Oh,
arenas.
don't remind me of that.
Oh, I'm sorry, but like, it's the truth. Oh, excuse me. I'm at 98 goals, maybe. Just let me get 2 more goals and I can make it to 100.
You ain't getting those goals.
Oh, yes, I am. Oh, yep, okay, nope. Okay, yeah, okay, we ain't gonna talk about that, but yeah, back to Jurassic World, though. Hopefully no one does die, although it's gonna be obvious. It has to be obvious that someone does die. If no one does die, then shoot, I'll shut my mouth then. But if someone does die, I
There's
mean,
probably gonna be some nameless characters.
no, I'm talking about main characters, like the characters we see in the trailer, like the legacy characters with the new gen characters. Like, cause no duh, a nameless character's gonna die. Cause we have dinosaurs on the mainland. They're flipping over cars and eating people probably, or just like killing them, cause the humans hit first. But yeah, let's go 100 points.
Ah!
Oh, let's go. I gotta get a screenshot of that when I end this. But yeah, hopefully no one does die. Like I said, if they do die, hopefully it isn't a disrespectful way, like how they did with Texas Chainsaw when they killed Sally's
Or
character.
Red Dead Redemption 2's Lenny.
Yeah, yeah. You're really stuck on his death, huh? Sure, you should have seen Sean's death. Like, if you like Sean, you know that he was just walking in roads. He turned around, was talking to Arthur, and then just got shot in the head.
Dang.
Yeah, or shoot,
Execution
Kieran,
style.
or shoot. No, the thing is though, he got shot from a rooftop. It's like he didn't even see it coming. But I think I might just end our podcast here, Navy, because we've been talking for a while and we got like a bunch of good
Yeah,
conversations
let's
going in here.
let's end the podcast there.
All right, well, that was me and Navy. I hope you guys, if you did agree with some of our topics, let me know down in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to Navy's channel. It will be in the link in the description. Anyways, that's all for me, folks. This has been Langstarr Studio signing out. Bye bye.